Hello, welcome back to the GameSpot stage here at E3 2013, Stage 2, where we've got all the best games. Battlefield 4 coming up, we had Skylanders earlier today. Skylanders? I've never even heard of that, John Vignocchi, have you?
Yes, I have heard of that.
Have
It's
you?
a great game.
But you're here to show your game, which has absolutely nothing to do with that. Disney Infinity. Also, Matt's here. You're going to be driving this experience.
Yes, I am.
You guys bought a bunch of characters.
Yeah,
Boom!
all the toys.
Boom!
Our toys. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the Lone Ranger playset.
Is that all of, I believe that's all of...
That's all. These are
that's
all the
coming
launch.
at launch.
It's everything.
That's
At
everything.
launch.
So we got Pirates of the Caribbean, we got Monsters Inc.,
University, Cars, Incredibles, Lone Ranger.
Pirates.
Lone Ranger.
Yep.
That's cutting edge.
Cutting
It's
edge.
not even out
I
yet.
know.
Look at Tonto. Little Johnny Depp action here.
Look at that. This how his little arms are dirty, right? Spare.
That's just because it's been in your pocket for the past couple of hours. Look at that.
This is true.
dirty man.
How's my Johnny Depp? It's the first time I've grown a beard. What do you think?
It's
Yeah,
doing.
you,
It's
you
doing
have,
okay.
you have stage 2 beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ginger.
You just have to
Gingy.
wait. When you go full third stage, you're fine. I had to do the goatee forever, and then it was
Oh,
just
really?
like, yeah, and then I went full beard and
All right,
never
well,
went back.
I haven't committed to any style just yet, but let's check out some of the gameplay here. We got Lone Ranger, Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
So the filmmaking team, Gore Verbinski and Jerry Bruckheimer are actually teaming up to deliver this exciting new film. It's coming this summer, actually 4th of July weekend here in the States, and these guys have done an amazing job with the film. It's super exciting. We're really happy to announce this week. Actually, we announced that Lone Ranger will be a part of the Infinity platform. So, like Monsters University, which is also coming out this summer,
Yeah, new one.
this particular playset is available at launch, but will not come in the starter pack. But it will let you pick up Lone Ranger and Tonto. The Lone Ranger playset, so all the different, let's take a step back before Matt's going to. So Infinity is primarily broken into two core components on the software side. Hey man.
We're going to stick mic you. Technical difficulties, man. C3 is what it's all about.
I know, right?
Why else would you be here?
Builds crashing, losing audio and video.
Yeah.
I know. Like, it's just been crazy. Anyway, all right. So the deal is this: software side, we've got play sets and we have the toy box.
Yeah.
So sorry for those of you know. For those of you who don't know, that's how the software is kind of structured. Play sets are like their own contained games. They're open world game experiences. About 6 to 7 hours for the average kid to play through it. 10 hours for the completionist. And every one of the play sets inside of Disney Infinity not only is based on a different property, but also brings different mechanics. So the idea is we didn't want to just deliver another cookie cutter level. We actually wanted to deliver new gameplay experiences with each of these play sets.
So you're not just reskinning stuff.
Exactly, because
for
that's not fun at all, and it's not a good value for the gamer either, right? We want kids to be able to grab additional playsets to expand their content, expand the functionality of the game. So, Pirates of the Caribbean, for example, pick that up. You got sword combat. You also have ship combat that comes with that playset. Monsters University is all about pranking and scaring. Now, Lone Ranger is a little bit different. So, Lone Ranger actually has a lot to do with this ricochet mechanic that we've made.
Okay.
So, the Lone Ranger, as the legend goes, right, he doesn't necessarily really hurt people, but what he does is disarm them.
He shoots the
Okay,
gun out of
he's
their
like the
hand. That's
Batman of. He's like the Batman of. No, you don't. That's all you, boy. Yeah.
Can I take this
It's
headgear
like,
off?
oh, absolutely.
It feels like I'm 12.
You know how much I'd love to be able to
That's
take my
fiction
head
right
yeah,
here, man.
It's great. It's like braces.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Flipping
about.
the other way around.
Anyway,
I was actually wondering how you guys were going to get around the idea of having shooting in a video game that's basically supposed to be an E for everyone.
So what's fun is that Infinity is all about virtual toys. So everything inside of the game, they're not the characters themselves, they're the toy versions of those characters,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
And
so you may have
that's-
saw they were breaking apart when I was shooting them and using the ricochet mechanic. So just like when you were a kid, you play too much with a toy, breaks.
Yeah.
So
And so even all the different weapons in the game, like pop caps and like that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun in that way to reimagine it as toys. So anyway, Matt's right now in downtown Colby. The evil Cavendish gang, which you'll get to know this summer if you get to see the film, is causing havoc. Now, one thing that's important to mention right now, just while we're taking a quick look at it, is that inside of Infinity, every one of the play sets also features an original story. Okay. So the whole idea of go see the movie, now play the game, we want to go see the movie, and then let's experience new content, new adventures with these characters that you just got to know inside of this world. So this one, so Ricochet we talk a lot about, or you're going to play a lot. There's also tons of mounts inside of this particular playset, which is a lot of fun. So there's like horses and donkeys and even some other ones that I almost announced and managed to hold myself back.
Nearly.
But
then, don't worry, I'll get something out of you by the end of this.
I know. It's there's a 90% chance I'm going to say something I shouldn't. Anyway, so the other thing inside this playset, there's also a lot about trains. And so you're going to see trains, you're going to get a train, you're going to protect the train, and you're also going to use that to traverse around the different areas of the playset. So like all of the Infinity playsets, Lone Ranger is a open world gameplay experience. It was funny, we've been testing it for a long time. And in one of our latest playtest sessions that we did with kids, this kid turned around and he's like, "This is like Red Dead Redemption, but my mom's gonna let me play it."
Literally, I was sitting behind the mirror, just going, "Yes." So
yeah, it's really, really fun. And what's cool is that it's testing off the charts, right? Like kids don't know anything about this new film yet, but the gameplay mechanics and the experience, cowboys, Indians, trains, Old West. Who knew? But yeah.
So when are you launching? When is this?
So August 18th, we're gonna go and we're gonna launch Infinity. We're gonna do a midnight launch at select retailers.
All the kids are gonna line up at midnight outside the local GameStops.
But it'll be really, really cool.
Awesome.
And then like the following Tuesday, I go worldwide or in the States on Tuesday. It's gonna go to a bunch of retailers, and then Thursday it goes worldwide. Cool. So we're localized in over 15 different languages. I know everyone's like, "Oh, who cares?" But what's important is that it's important though to deliver for Disney fans, right? I mean, it is the correct Spanish version of Davy Jones that's in the game, and they're all voiced.
Yeah.
So it is the correct French version of Francesco. So it's kind of part of our testament. We really want to deliver.
So it's the same voice actors that are in the theatrical versions of.
Yeah, it's the approved Disney character voice actors,
crazy.
right, for all those different markets.
That's a lot of red tape, I'd say. Is it working with that sort of stuff? Like you gotta.
It's crazy, but one of the really coolest things that we found out with all the Disney voice people is once you are cast as a Disney voice sound alike, you are that character for the rest of your life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dead serious.
Wait, what?
So like basically, like for instance, like Mickey Mouse, for example.
Yeah.
Only 3 people have ever been his voice. Ever.
That's weird, man. I don't like that. That's like when you see like old
dropping
ladies
knowledge bombs.
It's terrifying. It's like when you see old ladies on like soap operas, and they've completely lost their own identity because they walk down to the grocery store and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Lupa from such and such." It's like, it's not my name. So you guys are launching. So it's August. What packs how is it being sold? Just
okay, great.
Break it down for people who don't know.
Sorry. So by the way, so we started talking about, we're meandering here.
Yeah.
We started talking about playsets to get an understanding of what those are. The other part of the software is the toy box mode.
Yeah.
So that toy box mode is lets you create, customize, build your own world. It also has logic toys in there. So if kids want to link different toys together to create elevators or whatever they want, they can do that as well. So in August we're going to launch. We're going to have a starter pack available. In the States, I think it's $74.99. That's our MSRP. That'll come with Jack Sparrow, Mr. Incredible, and Sully. It also comes with this playset piece that you see here. That'll give you access to the Incredibles, Monsters, and Pirates of the Caribbean playsets.
Oh, okay.
So when you put down this particular piece,
it's like
either in the toy box,
die.
yeah, exactly, and it says, which playset you want to go to, what do you want to play. So each one of these playsets themselves, all open world, all new and unique mechanics, they actually, it's a lot of value right out the box, just that you get from the playsets. I mean, you likely could spend over 20 hours just inside of the playsets.
Yeah, you're saying it's like 6 to 10 for each individual playset.
Exactly. And then inside the toy box mode, it's totally up to you, what you want to do with it. So it focuses a lot on user-generated content. We'll show you a little bit of that here in a minute. But it is, it's super cool, and people are having a blast with it. I mean, it's fun to give these tools to kids and see what they come up with.
We'll have a look at it later on. I've seen some trailers and it looks super interesting. The ability even to connect up these, like I've seen floating platforms like in space and flat areas. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of that. If anyone watching either on the chat or if they're watching on Twitch want to send messages, you can do so by tweeting me at Danny O'Dwyer, or if you're on the GameSpot page for Stage 2, you can just leave it in the comments and I'll see it there. Some really good usernames here. Check out that guy. Great.
You
Yeah,
have-
yeah. I'm not going to read that one out.
I can't. Yeah, I would get
Not
in
gonna read
trouble
that one
with
out.
Disney people
Absolutely.
for reading that username out loud.
I got a couple of questions on my own though. So, in terms of being able to play with other people, either locally or online, is there any ability for that in Disney Infinity, or is it very?
Yeah. So I mean, inside that starter pack, right? You're going to get all that content, and then of course the Infinity base comes with that. So you get those three. You get those 3 figures. You get access to the playsets. You get the toy box. You also get a power disc, which is like this cool little thing that lets you. Do we have a couple of power discs?
Yeah,
here?
of course.
Oh
we
man,
do.
it's like Pogs.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know.
Pogs are back.
They let you
You'd be
augment.
surprised how many times you hear Pogs. It's like, wait a minute, now you're selling Pogs. Now you have a hit.
The people at Pogs need to know that.
Yeah. So you can see there's
Yeah.
the circular one, and then there's the hexagonal one. This particular one here gives you I believe it's an 8% boost to economy.
Yeah.
So you earn more money quickly in the play sets. And then this one, these hexagonal ones only work in toy box. So they will allow you to theme out your toy box or to actually like add new virtual toys, like the manliest vehicle ever, which is Cinderella's coach.
Are you guys selling cheats as like pieces of plastic? It's the best idea ever.
Thank you.
Physical DLC or whatever. So do some of these come with the packs, or are they sold separately? Or
Yeah, so the power discs, one of them will come with a starter pack,
Okay,
so
yeah.
we can teach kids about here's how this works, and then we have over 60 other power discs that are
Oh,
going to
wow.
be released.
60.
They're sold in blind packs, like trading cards.
Cool.
And it's 2 per blind pack. So you could get 2 hexagonals, you could get 2 circles, you could get a circle and a hex, and all of them do different things. They let you bring in new toys that you can play with or modify your character's abilities inside of the game.
And they have a rarity level too.
Oh no way.
So
of
this
course.
one right here is actually like it's considered a rare vehicle that you can have in here. This particular one is Dumbo
at that.
from the parks. So you get in and fly around as him.
Damn. Hello eBay. Speaking of which, we've got some sweet Disney Infinity. What do you call?
In
the
development, we
technical term.
call them interactive game pieces.
Interactive IGPs.
But no, I mean, like, for normal people, we call them Infinity figures.
Infinity figures. If you want your IGP Infinity figure in the chat, on the GameSpot chat, if you say what hashtag should we make people use
For what?
to win this?
Oh, that's right. I thought we were
got-
going to give a bunch of these out.
Look at them. Got loads of
Yeah,
these
so
things.
this
Oh.
is the Cars playset. So this one will give you access to the entire Cars playset, and you get Lightning McQueen, and you get Holly inside of this. So what should they use?
We got tons. Yeah, you come up with it, John. I think you're a creative person. Hashtag Infinity Rules. Hashtag John Vignocchi for life.
Infinity and beyond.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
First thing that goes to your mind. I know you want me to do it for you, but
I know. Hashtag. I'm really on the spot here.
we should have. You know, we should have
Honestly,
done.
I
We
really
should
need
have.
to think about
We
this.
should have done a
Yeah.
competition to get
Oh.
people to come up with the hashtag that we could use for the
So
competition.
there has to be
You know,
some
have it-
comment on
Just
there
do
right now.
pound Disney Infinity, and then pound rules. Did I do double pound?
Yeah.
Double pound.
Hashtag double pounds. No. Hashtag.
All right, there it is.
Hashtag double pounds.
I
Hashtag
didn't
double
say that. I'm
pounds.
gonna get in trouble.
No.
Go ahead.
Hashtag Disney Infinity. We'll keep it simple. We'll keep it simple.
Great.
If you want to win one of these
Typical.
in the GameSpot chat, put hashtag Disney Infinity. GameSpot chat for stage 1. Day 1, stage 2 rather. Stage 1. Hashtag Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
That took like 4 minutes longer than it should have.
Yeah, that's
That whole competition.
man. This is going to be a very, very short interview.
great. So what are you currently doing at the moment?
Okay,
You're in a
so
toy store.
inside of each of the play sets, like kind of the gameplay loop is that you play the play set, and as you're going through it, you actually unlock new virtual toys that instantly get added to your toy box. So all the things like, the buildings and all the different elements from the Lone Ranger, as you play through it gets unlocked, and then you can start theming out your toy box in a variety of different ways using those different virtual toys.
I'm assuming that you can pull stuff from other playsets in. That's
The playset
Yeah, not in
itself,
here, yeah.
but in the toy box, it's like
No holds
you can
barred.
do, yeah, exactly.
Right.
You can do anything you want to. And the thing is, people ask us, all right, so why did you do that? And the gig is that there's a lot of Disney fans that are really, really precious about their property. And
Yeah.
as fun as it would be to have like, Mike Wazowski come careening into The Incredibles, you can do all that in the toy box. We want to make sure these playsets tell new stories, offer new mechanics, and are true to the property. I know it sounds like corporate speak and everyone's going to make fun of me for it, whatever. But it's like we want to deliver something for the fans of that particular property. So there.
There you go. Done. Speak Joe, you can rest now.
I know. I started sweating.
You're just watching all the Disney Infinity stuff?
Yeah.
There's a couple of people.
Do we want to show a different? Oh yeah, the Toy Store. Yeah.
Oh no,
So
I just unlocked it. So
sweet. There was the mount I didn't want to announce.
yeah, but no, the
Unlucky. The construction engine. You heard it here first, folks. GameSpot exclusive.
There is an elephant in the Lone
Constitution.
Ranger. Yay. Here's the train.
Yep.
So train is a ton of fun. You're actually going to use the
Training
train,
day.
Yeah.
Very
and you can customize the train
Yep.
to make it go around and use it to travel to different areas of the place. The place is actually pretty big in terms of overall terrain.
How does is it quite a linear story? Is there like open world sort of elements where you can
Yeah, I
find your
mean,
own-
it's just like your typical open world game. We have multiple mission givers. You can do certain missions if you want to. You can explore and play around. You can customize if you want to. So Matt's unlocked Silver right now, and he's actually going off and exploring Colby and more of the Old West where the film takes place. So
and just like in other open world games, as you progress, you'll actually unlock new sections. So actually over here, there's an entire mining town that you eventually get more missions and get more stuff. But what's really, really cool about the train, so
you like a
actually
little toy horse? He spanks him. That's awesome.
So yeah, what's
You're a
really
fan of the spanking. All right.
Got
No.
me again, right there. Boom.
You're giving me these ones.
I know. I don't mean to. It's just funny.
So you actually, when you customize your train, there's actually specific missions. So as you can see, there's a farm here. Eventually, you have to deliver water to the farm that feeds the cows. Then you actually take the cows that they picked up on the train that go to another town. It's crazy.
All right, somebody at your place was playing Animal Crossing.
Time for a
Gonna
little
swap it
time.
out?
So it's coming in.
Instant, just kind of
Boom.
pops in.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what we were talking about earlier, and I meandered off topic again. But we were talking about multiplayer.
Yes, we were.
So here's the gig. The Infinity base that comes with that starter pack, you can do 2-player couch co-op.
Okay.
We also have 4-player online network play.
Oh, wow.
Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, Nintendo Channel, that kind of thing. So you can actually go and play online with up to 4 of your friends, which is fun in a variety of different gameplay modes. It's a blast in the toy box. Because in the toy box mode, actually 4 players can get together and build together at the same time. And so it's really like, when you and your buddies put all your imaginations together, ends up creating something.
What the stuff will create.
Yeah.
Not to be totally reductive, but maybe I think it's probably a positive or a compliment. Is that it reminded me what it looked like was Minecraft basically. It had that same effect of just people building stuff and
that's a flattering comparison because that's an amazing game.
it's pretty good.
So this last thing I'm going to do before we hop out of this playset. So not only can you customize the actual train itself, but you can actually
Do not take her to the train tracks, Matt.
No.
Is that what you're
Oh,
doing?
you
Come on,
sick.
put it down now.
Sick.
Jeez, man.
Why did you bring this guy?
So
This is
it's all
Disney.
virtual toys. There you go. You can custom.
Confirmed.
So actually, every one of the playsets has a customization element. So
Okay, cool.
inside of Pirates, you can actually customize your ship however you want to. Lone Ranger, you can customize parts of the town and also customize the various townspeople as well. So we wanted to make sure that inside these playsets, kids, if they want to, they can also customize these different characters.
Yeah, there's a big sort of onus on play, like nothing's sacred. Kind of, you can, which is surprising coming from when you're working with something like Disney. It's a big name.
Yeah.
But you seem to have gotten quite a lot of wiggle room here in relation to.
Yeah,
great,
well, it's been a long journey. I mean, when we started off this project in 2010, we were creating kind of this spiritual successor to the Toy Story 3 video game Avalanche did.
Yeah.
So this game is actually developed by Avalanche Software in Salt Lake City. They've been around for a long time. Disney acquired them, I believe, back in 2007. Great studio.
Keep
They
that
did.
photo.
You okay?
Yeah, just keep it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They did Toy Story 3 video game, which did extremely well, and that video game actually introduced the toy box concept.
Yeah, okay,
It's
yeah.
the first time we had done open world in a Disney video game. Then the team went off and worked on Cars 2, and then part of kind of a Skunkworks team went off to start working on what's now become Infinity. And so in the beginning, we were going around, started working on the spiritual successor to Toy Story. And then we got challenged by John Pleasance came in as our new president.
Really?
Yeah, great dude. He's awesome. He was like, you guys, I want a huge idea. Give me the biggest idea you have. So he challenged all the different game directors around Disney to, pitch their big ideas. And so
we came in with this idea that we wanted to create not just a one-off video game, but rather a platform that could expand over time. Kind of like the idea like Legos, right? Where you can go and you can buy like a Lego gas station, or go and buy a Lego spaceship, and you can go and build those things, and that's fun. But all the bricks are always compatible.
Yeah, they can interchange.
So that was our idea with the interactive game pieces. Is we wanted this concept of you can bring in all these different play sets and keep expanding the mechanics of what you can do inside of the game and the content of the game.
So the big question is, what playsets do we want to look at next?
Oh man, it's a big question.
We should actually ask
the
5 people that are watching this.
No, there's a lot of people watching.
Well, thank you, more
comments.
than 5 people.
Let's see.
Everyone gets a toy.
So what do you got? What are the options available here?
We got Pirates, and we have Incredibles. What would you want to check out?
Those are the options out there. Are you asking the community?
Incredibles. Let's go for Incredibles.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people saying Incredibles.
So while we're loading into that, I'll probably talk a little bit about art style. So the team at Avalanche, that was a big challenge, was this concept of how do we take all these different Disney characters from all these different worlds and come up with an art style where it all makes sense. And so the concept with that was that we would actually, the guys at Avalanche met with John Lasseter and some of the guys at Pixar, and they were like, at first they didn't like the idea of the characters being able to mash up because it just doesn't make sense.
Different styles, different looks, aesthetics,
exactly.
sizes,
like 8
even
feet tall, and then Dash is like 3 feet, so it would be just sort of, and they're a different world. So it's like,
yeah. I mean, so that was tough for them, and then we actually went back to them and said, well, what if they weren't necessarily characters, but toy versions of the characters? And with this whole idea that there's no wrong way to play with your toys, and what if this is your parents' living room floor? You can just dump out all your toys and play with them however you want to. And so they're like, yeah, okay, that
You're living
works.
a dream with this, aren't you? This is like,
what's great? I mean, so
your
when
parents take away your toys when you were a kid. And it's like, get you back, Mom. Look at me now.
it's something about when your parents going, I'm so proud you're making toys. It's like, but I make video games. It's fine. So
So it's but it's crazy because come up with the art style, come up with the general concept, right? Pixar guys are like, all right, that's cool, and then it's like, okay, but we want to put Pirates of the Caribbean in. So
yeah, right.
You go to Jerry Bruckheimer and you have to explain to him, okay, so this is the platform, this is why it makes sense, this is what we're trying to do. It's all toys. And by the way, this is not what the new Jack Sparrow looks like. And he's, well, you're gonna have to show that to Johnny and get his sign off, right? Like, okay, all right, we're gonna go do that. So. It's crazy because I think once you see all of the figures that are coming out for Infinity, and you start thinking about that process, reimagining those characters in this new art style, and then everything, you begin to get an idea of like, wow, this is a big deal for the company.
Big time, and going forward as well, if you've got this platform. In fact, I've got a couple of tweets about this. People have asking about achievements. How will that be broken up in terms of these starter packs and stuff like that? And going forward, will you have presumably you won't have achievements in the game for stuff that isn't out yet?
Yeah, I mean, so the policies, I believe, with first party is that every time a new disc-based game comes out, then it has a separate set of achievements. The idea with Infinity, though, is that as we will go on and release new play sets, we'll put in new achievements against that.
Just to let people know as well, what platforms is it available on, or will it be available?
So it will be available on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii, Wii U, and 3DS. And we have mobile as well as PC coming, but we're not talking about it yet. We're going to talk about it over the summer.
No worries.
It's pretty exciting, though.
Are you going to be talking about some next generation madness then as well?
Yeah, I can't answer the question to that yet. But yeah, I mean, the press conferences we were at, and incredible machines, and actually really excited to see what we can do with the toy box mode and those new machines. Oh, it's going to be so cool.
I guess you guys with this, you're gonna have to, like, the idea of sharing is going to be a big deal as well, because you're going to have different friends who've got different sets who are going to maybe swap them over and play that way.
Yeah.
So
the toys are all, we should get that out of the way. The toys are all platform agnostic.
Yeah.
So they'll work on a Wii U, they'll work on a Wii, they'll work on a 3DS. Buy a toy once, you own it forever.
So if your buddy has a Wii U and you have an Xbox version, you can go over and put it over
exactly. So that's a lot of fun. And then in terms of collectability, we just wanted all the characters to feel different. So their mechanics in game are different, but also just the overall art style of the figures. We wanted them to be like more like collectible toys, less
Yeah,
like map toys. You know, we wanted to be really cool.
You guys are going to have like instant sellout on day one just from Disney merch fans. Like the minute this stuff
Your
hits
lips to God's ears, man.
they're just going to be all over. Like dudes who don't even play the games are just going to get every single one of these guys. So we'll talk about what's going on here. This is sandbox
Yeah,
mode.
Matt, go ahead.
Or sorry,
So this is the
a play
Incredibles.
set.
Yeah, it's
Play
the
set.
Incredibles playset.
So
sorry.
the starter pack.
Yeah. So basically what's going on right now is this is the very, very beginning. Syndrome's back, and he actually breaks out 3 supervillains that were featured, if you have the DVD or the Blu-ray, in those special features. Because they actually created them to be in the movie, but they just didn't fit, so they existed as a DVD extra forever. Pixar, we worked really closely with them, and they asked, like, hey, do you want to use, like, Baron Von Ruthless?
Yeah,
and we're like, yes, please. Baron Von Ruthless, you may remember there was the scene, Mr. Incredible and Frozone, we're talking, he was the guy that always monologued, and that's how we beat him, and he's actually in here, which is a lot of fun. Very first thing that happens is, so after you clean off the docks there, Edna mode,
Nico Bellic.
you have to get a car.
Straight into the car.
So as you can see, police chief arrives, gives us the car.
I got in huge trouble. It's like not an okay.
Straight off the boat. So many ways to stick a racist joke in there. It's just not funny.
Yep. So the whole thing going on right now, so you may remember in Lone Ranger, the thing was there was a mission log and it explained it there. We don't know where a player is going to jump off at the very beginning of the game.
Sure.
So we have to make sure that there's a quick onboarding process.
I just knocked that policeman there.
It's a toy, man.
It's a toy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
We are E10 plus, Peggy 7, and USK 6,
Which is awesome.
which is
Whoop.
awesome.
USK 6.
Yeah.
Germany.
It's the Germans.
It's the Germans. All
The
right.
Germans.
So you got no Nazi symbolism in this game. It's going to get released over there. Got it.
So one thing we were sort of showing off a little bit in the Lone Ranger was that you could swap in a character at any time.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's really cool about the Incredibles is they actually, when you get a little bit further, they have all their unique powers. Like eventually Dash, like when you're about 20 minutes in, will unlock his super speed. But I wanted to throw him on because his style of combat's completely different from Mr. Incredible. So you were seeing like Mr. Incredible was hitting a guy maybe 12,
big
2-3
bruiser.
times. Yeah, exactly. Well, Dash isn't super strong, so he has to hit an object, 300-400 times. But super speed has its benefits.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, because he has a super speed, it's also helpful running up these pipes and such. So I'll go ahead and rescue this one guy. But yeah, the overall feel of this playset is really different from Lone Ranger. It was Old West, going around on the horseback and doing like all the gun combat. The thing here is it's like a superhero summer blockbuster film, which is like a ton of fun to play. So now that you saw a little bit of Dash, let's throw on Mrs. Incredible.
Stretchy lady.
Oh yeah, stretchy lady.
My favorite type.
So she, just like in the film, she has all of her stretchy
Elastigirl.
abilities.
I believe.
We actually can't use Elastigirl anymore.
All right.
Mrs. Incredible. So yeah, she has all of her abilities. She's actually a great crowd control character. So that's great when you have like 3 or 4 enemies getting around you. You just grab Mrs. Incredible, throw her on. She doesn't do a lot of damage, but she can at least tag all the targets at the same time. And
So
then,
is there a benefit to using one character maybe to get somewhere and then swapping onto another
bingo.
one?
So okay, and let's get through this right away, right? So there is no gating. There is no all the characters can go all the different areas of the world, right? But it's up to you how you want to go and explore that, right?
Okay.
So Mrs. Incredible, great character to use if you want to use the rooftops. Violet, awesome character to use if you're more of a stealth player. Dash, if you want to run fast, cool. And if you run in a heavy combat situation, Mr. Incredible's the best because he's melee combat, he's the strongest. So it's kind of up to players how they want to play with the characters. You definitely can beat the entire game with all the characters that come with the starter pack. So a lot of people ask us that question. Of course you can. It'd be terrible if you couldn't. So
yeah.
Can 2 people play as the same character in the game when you're talking about multiplayer?
Yeah.
so if you
and
want to wreck house, like in the Incredibles playset, you throw down 2 Mr. Incredibles, and I mean, it's chaos because it's like 2-3 hits and you're like picking them up, throwing them into the buildings. It's just so awesome to play that.
And the thing is, too, it's like, yeah, we've gotten questions about that. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, of course, that's what you'd want, right? I mean, it's like if we both had the same figure, of course, we'd want to play together with that character, with those characters, and see how they react. So,
Presumably you guys have been inundated, I can see it in the chat, with requests for various Disney properties. I'm sure you're not able to talk about them, but what are we talking about in relation to the project going forward? Is this very much a platform for the next couple of years? You're going to keep adding stuff onto it?
Yeah, I mean, that's our hope. Infinity is envisioned as a platform that can go and grow
Into infinity.
yeah.
Fantastic.
But it's intended to support all things from the Walt Disney Company, right?
Yeah.
So whether that's the latest movies coming from the guys at Pixar, or the latest cool live action films, or latest sweet shows we got on Disney XD, or stuff that even stuff inside the game right now from ESPN and ABC. So which are all part of
ESPN.
Yeah. Actually, all of the in the toy box, all the sports stuff is ESPN themed. So you've got like ramps and jumps and X Games stuff, and they're like flaming hoops and all this kind of fun stuff. That's all ESPN themed. We have football goals, soccer goals. Tons of different.
Nice. When you're appealing to me as a European, I appreciate that. Speaking my language.
Yeah.
So, we've only got about 5 minutes left. Is there anything else?
Oh, yeah,
we got to go over to the toy box.
Yeah.
Let's
Let me
do
go
it.
over to the toy box.
Let's get in there.
So
I want to see you make the most awesome thing you've ever made in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
No pressure.
Yeah.
So
Job's on the line.
All right, so Matt's gonna go in this toy box mode of the game right now, and like you said, it's kind of like Minecraft meets Little Big Planet with Disney characters. So this actually, when we started development, we knew we were gonna have network play.
Okay.
And we think lobbies are super lame. And so we wanted an area where kids can run around and just play while they're waiting for all their friends to queue up. And so that's kind of where the toy box mode started, because we literally had a sandbox.
Yeah.
And we put some toys in there, some virtual toys in there, and all of a sudden we noticed that kids were spending more time playing around inside of the toy box, just goofing around, than they were actually inside of the play sets. So we thought, well, there might be something kind of special here with this particular mode of play. So over time it's grown, and now it is actually probably one of the coolest things that we have about Infinity. So as you play through those play sets, you're going to unlock virtual toys.
That's a lot of
those
stuff,
virtual
guys.
toys get added to your toy catalog. There's over 1,200 different toys in the game that you can unlock over time. A whole bunch of them. There's over 250 that are pre-unlocked right out the gate. This is where you're going to see stuff from Disney Parks and Resorts and ESPN and ABC and all the other different areas of the company.
It's a massive soccer ball.
Yeah, so there's the ESPN soccer goal. So inside of here, something that's really cool is that you can actually use this the Fairy Godmother's wand to edit the world however you want to, and link the logic of toys together.
So is the idea then that kids can create their own games, basically? They can create their
Exactly.
own
That's what we hope. And we also hope that overall Infinity is kind of an experience for gamer dads and gamer moms as well. Like we really wanted we used the Pixar mantra, like we made a game that we think is cool as adults that hopefully kids like as well. So we think that some of this logic stuff for some of the younger end of the spectrum is probably going to be a little bit
outside their
visual
reach.
programming, right?
Yeah.
But we think that over time people are really getting into this. I mean, when you look at the stuff people are making in Minecraft, it just blows your mind how sophisticated
Kind
they
of give
can make.
people the tools and then see what they do with them.
Yeah, and that's what we're most excited about. So in that vein, as Matt's kind of playing around here, so we do have user-generated content. So you can invite friends into your toy box, and you can go over to your friend's house and visit their toy box as well.
Is there any persistence or ability to save a place and come back to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can have over 99 toy boxes that you can save locally to your console's hard drive. So the other thing that's happening right now is that kids will be able to submit their toy boxes to Disney.
Okay.
And this is actually something that's kind of special. We are going to allow anyone on any platform to submit content to us. And once Disney has moderated it to make sure it's okay and family friendly,
No
right?
Nazi symbolism.
We're going to curate it and then put it out there for anyone to download. So a Wii U user, for example, can use a DRC, build, a cool toy box, upload that. Once we've approved it, an Xbox owner could download it.
Yeah.
And so that's the first part of it. The second part of it, though, which I think is really cool, and as far as I know, is the first time it's been done in a video game that's out on all platforms. Are you an Xbox gamer or?
I play both Xbox, PlayStation, PC.
What do you prefer?
I play my 360 mostly.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm a PS3 guy, right? If I
Let's
go,
fight.
Yeah. I hate you.
Use games.
Use games.
I hate.
Anyway, I can bring my toys over. Toys are platform agnostic. I can bring my toys over to your house. You and I, because we allow multiple people to build inside the toy box at any point, you and I can build this crazy cool toy box together. We have a system called Disney ID inside of the game that actually allows you to cloud save your toy boxes.
Oh, wow.
So maybe you can see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I go over to your house. You're playing 360. We build this crazy toy box. I cloud save it to my Disney ID.
I go back to my house, and then I turn on my free PS3, right? And then I can actually pull down that toy box we created on your Xbox 360 on my PS3. And so I think we pulled Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony together, and we said we want to do.
You brought the three of them together.
Well, as
Why
only
can't we all
Disney
get
could.
John
As only
Vignocchi?
Disney could.
John Vignocchi has saved the console wars.
I didn't mean it like
He
that.
is the Gandhi of the console wars. Unbelievable. I think we have to finish on that bombshell. That was incredible. Drop the mic.
drop.
We're out. Just tell us one more time, John, what platforms is Disney Infinity out and when can people get it?
PS3, Xbox 360, Wii U, August 18th. Thanks everyone who watched this and is listening to this. Definitely is a cool kids and family game. And if you're a gamer mom or a gamer dad, you're going to have a great time playing this with your kids.
Awesome. John Vignocchi, Matt, thank you very much for coming along. Much appreciate the time.
Thank you.
We got loads more stuff coming up today on day 1 of Stage 2. GameSpot's coverage of E3 2013. Battlefield 4 is closing up the show in about half an hour. We're going to have an editor catch up in just a little while, so stick around.